Hello guys, my name is PJ. I am hosting this episode of StatX Radio. And what episode is this, Alejandro?
Episode 11. And yes, hi, I'm Alejandro.
Oh yeah, I guess you've never really seen his face unless you've seen some things we put up on, I guess, the channel, like our reaction video to, I guess there's only one video, which is the reaction to Hero. I still need to put the video up for reaction to Banjo. I never did that.
Yeah.
I can archive it, I think, because I'm not going to get really any views for that, but I'd rather have that be up on the channel at least. Anyways, because you were excited for the Banjo release.
Oh yeah.
A lot more than you,
Yeah, more than you, more than
me.
You especially you compared to the Dragon Quest reveal. So
yeah.
That was like my reveal.
Which actually brings me to something I want to mention. Anyways, before we get into this podcast, special thanks to everybody who's been around for the last decade of episodes. Last 10 episodes. We hit episode X finally. Now we're going towards episode XXXX.
Hopefully in 10 weeks if things go right.
yeah. We'll hit double X. Then we'll just kind of work up, and then every 10 we'll probably do numerical. So 100 will be what is 100? Simple.
Oh crap. I don't know. Is it because I know that for 50 it's like XL, I think?
Yeah. It's a C.
Sweet.
It's a C. And then 50 is an L.
Oh, okay.
XL is 100, or XL is 60. No, it's 40. Because X is 10 and L is 50, so you take one less, so it's 40. XL is 40. L is 50.
Yay, man.
Weird. Yeah, it's crazy. I hate it. Anyways, we'll probably do that just because I think that's kind of fun. Roman numerals for episodes.
It was fun to have Zach last week.
Yeah, actually it would be really cool if, as you can see, what we're trying to do here, hopefully it works because we didn't test this. It was just kind of like last minute. Hopefully it looks all right, but we have cameras for us. We have our webcams on our computers that we're using for this episode, as you can see. Or hopefully, if you can't see this, that means we screwed up. We'll figure something out for next week. But it'd be cool to get Zach and everybody on here, and then have them have their face recorded the entire time. I think it'd be kind of cool. Anyways, so yeah, thank you guys. This is episode 11 of StatX Radio. Looking forward to moving forward. If you were here last week, you saw that we interviewed Zach. Zach is a fellow creator of ours. He's with us at StatX. StatX has been helping us with Behind the X, which has been AFK for a while. Sorry, we plan on bringing it back this month, but something like Zach said, he's not able to be back, so that has to be pushed off even more, which really sucks. But
we're all spread to each corners of the earth right now. Yeah,
pretty much. We're all spread to different corners of the earth, which really stinks. Am I getting closer? Do I sound better right here?
Yeah. Do I sound good?
Yeah, you sound fine. You sound fine. That sounds fine. What is that over your mic? Is it the... Oh, it's the actual bag for it. That's funny. I like that. It's clever.
I was like, I prefer having it look with something like that instead of a big old sock.
Yeah. It's great. How does the camera quality on mine? Is it okay? It's all right.
It's fine. Like good 600p, I would say. I don't know how mine looks.
It's a webcam,
Exactly. Time to invest in like really cool HD quality webcams if you can do it this way.
So as you can see, I am drinking a Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. It is that time of year again, which I know isn't a big deal for you, but Oktoberfest only happens, in October, and the season for the Oktoberfest drinks and beer starts late August and ends in October, and it's a very short and small batch they give out. And so you can only get it for so long because they pretty much sell out, which is funny. They sell out before October even happens. It's called Oktoberfest, but they won't even have any for Oktoberfest because they're out.
And they do like the whole medieval thing, right?
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like
it's like a big German celebration. So we're going this year with everybody from my D&D group, and Zoe's going, and my family's going to meet us up there. They have like German dancing, German food, German drinks. Then they have the weenie dogs. They have a weenie dog like showing, so they put them in costumes and they have a costume contest for them. They have races for the weenie dogs and stuff. They have hot dog eating, or they have worst eating contests, so like the sausage eating contest and stuff. it's pretty cool. Anyways, so nice hedgehog. I see it. I can get. Oh, actually, I don't have my hedgehog anymore. Never mind.
Yeah.
I had a Sonic plush. It's in my car. I could get that.
I have a big ass Sonic that I don't know where it went. It's like a big.
I had one from Build-A-Bear that disappeared, and then it probably was taken by my ex, and then I have one that's in my car that I could probably bring out at some point. Anyway,
By the way, this is the first time that I've seen your setup with like all the posters and all that. That's not green screen. That's actual posters.
yeah, it's as you can see, it like ends up there. There's all my pop figures up there. See them up there?
Nice. The
At
ones
the very
over
top.
the mountain.
Yeah, so like all the up there, it wraps all the way to this wall over there, and it like goes all the way out there. So there's a lot of pop figures. I'm still getting more in, so it just looks really cool. I got a lot of posters. The posters come all the way to the side of the wall that you can't see. They go all the way to the corner over there. There's a lot of them you can't see that I wish you could see. But anyways, yeah, they also go all the way down to the ground down here as well. I got a centipede one that you can't see that looks really hot. Anyways, yeah, it looks kind of cool. I get a glare on this thing though a lot. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I may change that up. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, this is kind of weird being on camera, but let's move forward. So we got so episode 11 just happened. So I had a hell of a last 2 days. I held 4 chickens today.
Like live chicken?
Yeah, live chickens. I have some friends that own some chickens and some bloodhounds, and I delivered them a PS4 today, and they were like, "Hey, come on in. Let's talk about Pathfinder and nerdy stuff and books and all that." I'm like, yeah, I forgot they had chickens. They're like, "Hey, you want to see the chickens?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, you have chickens." And so their eggs they lay eggs. They don't have to buy eggs from the grocery store. They just take the eggs and eat those. And so while we were there, one laid an egg and he's like, "Hey, do you want an egg?" And I was like, "No, I'm good." But they're like, "Cool." And they just put it in a little sack and put it in the fridge. We're like, "We'll eat that tomorrow for breakfast." I'm just like, all right. But yeah, I held the chicken today. It's surprisingly really cute. I thought chickens would just be like, what? They're just kind of cute. Really soft. They don't freak out. It's actually harder to hold Baxter or Maya than it is to hold the chicken. Chicken just, you hold it and they just don't do anything. Also, their head is gyroscopic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it's the center of balance, so you can move their body or whatever, and their head will so this is their body and this is their head. You can move it around, their head will stay the same spot. It's pretty crazy, actually. Anyways, so that was fun. Yesterday, so here's the story. Here's the thing that I wanted to rant about that I'm really freaking frustrated about. So as people know, the podcast, and then also people with Static Media and people who follow my channel, I have a new rabbit. I have Maya. So anyways, so I brought her into the vet yesterday to get spayed, finally, because I want to get Baxter out of my room and I want them to be able to meet and bond because they both have to be spayed. It's a long story. I'm not going to go on a bunny podcast now. I'm not going to talk for a long time. But anyways, I bring her to the vet. And it's not the vet that I knew. It was the same veterinary clinic, but the vet that took care of her wasn't the vet that I knew. The one that I knew was like, yeah, bring her back on this day. I'll take care of her myself. I trust the guy. It wasn't him. It was someone different. He calls me from work and says like, all right, yeah, Maya's ready to come be picked up. And I paid $200 some for this. And he's like, yeah, she's ready to come get picked up. I'm like, all right, we go to pick her up. No, sorry, to the back. He didn't call me, he called Zoe. Zoe called me about it because I was at work and they called Zoe. So Zoe goes and picks her up. And they're like, yeah, so we couldn't find her uterus. And I'm like, wait, so what did you do?
What?
They did nothing. They just they gave her anesthetic, they cut her open, stitched her back up, and they're like, come back in 2 weeks, get her stitches out, and then come back in 4 months and pay the same price again, and hopefully we'll be able to spay her that time. So
how do you not find the uterus?
So in a female rabbit, the uterus is incredibly tiny, that you normally have to wait until they're sexually mature to where it flares up when they go in heat to be able to take it out, to be able to find it. Well, I was told by the vet to take her in, the vet that I knew, to take her in at this specific time because she was sexually mature enough, which she is. So either this guy has no idea what he was doing and could not find the uterus, or she wasn't sexually mature enough. So regardless, I was told to bring her in at this time. I paid $200 some for this thing to be done.
Ouch.
And they're going to charge me again, the same price again, to get it done again in 4 months. It's not my freaking fault that you couldn't find her uterus. It's not my fault that you told me that she was ready to be brought in. I trust you as a veterinary clinic to tell me when she is ready to have this procedure done, and for me to take her in during the procedure, and for you to do that. And if you don't do that, you shouldn't charge me twice. That's pretty bullshit. If you
It's straight up robbery. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm very frustrated about it. And I talked to them about it, and they're not doing anything about it. And I would gladly take her to another vet if they aren't the only vet in the Tulsa area that can actually take care of rabbits. So I'm very frustrated about the entire thing. Yesterday was a freaking roller coaster, man.
I mean,
this is tea, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I mean, how wouldn't it be? It's $200 freaking for them to not do the thing that they told you to do.
It's going to be $400 total. And on top of that, another thing I was going to mention that happened the night of the podcast. We recorded last Wednesday. Remember how I said I needed to leave to go to dinner?
Mm-hmm.
My car caught on fire at dinner. Yeah.
Dang. Wow.
So my engine blew, and so. Is
it fixed now?
Yeah, it cost way too much money, and that was including the AAA discount that I had. It was $600 to get it fixed.
Damn.
So $600 to get that fixed, $200 to get Maya not spayed, and then I'm gonna have to spend that $200 again to get her spayed again. And the worst part about the entire thing is that she just started trusting me. So she would wait at the door for me to come home. I open up the door, she'd get excited to come up to me, and I'd pet her and all that. She'd be super happy. Now she runs from me and she gives me eyes like, "Go to hell, I want you dead." Like, rabbits are very emotional, and they do hate and love people, and she is very obviously hating me right now. So I'm very
she got cut open for nothing, and she's supposed to be cut open again.
Yeah,
well, the chance that it's not gonna even work. It's
yeah, I'm furious.
Yeah.
I'm furious about it. Yeah, so that was yesterday that happened, and then Maya refuses to eat, and so she's not eating because of this whole thing. And so I finally got her to eat 30 minutes ago. It's been since 2 days ago on midnight. So not yesterday, but I guess midnight in the morning of yesterday was the last time that she ate. And so I finally just now got her to eat something, which is scary. It's just, man, yeah, I'm frustrated about the entire thing. It's really stupid. And if they charge me again for the next time, I don't know. I need to call them tomorrow and just be like, "Hey, I'm not going to pay for this to happen again." Like, I'll pay for the anesthetic so she doesn't remember it happening, because she was just on gas this time, so like she just didn't feel anything and she was under, but she wasn't like fully anesthetized. So I'll pay for the anesthetic next time to make it better on her. But I'm not paying for the procedure since they already did the procedure, but they didn't do it. They like started the procedure, they didn't finish it. I'm not paying you to start again. I'll not pay you to finish it. You should have finished it the first time I paid you. So yeah.
No, that would be totally fair, because you paid for something specific that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Now the poor bunny is all traumatized.
Yeah, and my dad, who's an anesthesiologist who does anesthesia on people, and he does epidurals and stuff, which is where they give you like a shot in your spine to numb you for pregnancy, for birth. My dad even said like, yeah, my hospital and my business would not charge somebody twice for something like that. Like, it's like that's it. My dad, who's in private corporate America healthcare, even agrees that that's ripoff. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
That says a lot. So maybe you could kind of find a spade through all this. There should be a law that you have to pay for an actual procedure to happen.
I don't know. I'm incredibly frustrated that this happened, and that's my story of my life right now. So
yeah. Just for context, if they charge you again, it would be the equivalent if you're getting a PS4 Pro. Just to put it in context. So that sucks.
Yeah. I slept out with her for a while last night and just kept petting her until she kind of fell asleep. But I went out from my room this morning and I went to go look at her and she was giving me looks again that she was really pissed. And I was just like, I know you're mad at me. Just stop. Like, I can't do anything for you. I am excited though. My friend Sam and I have a really cool world in Minecraft that's going on tonight. Last thing I'm going to mention about what's going on in my life, and then we can talk about what's going on in your life. We have a really cool world in Minecraft on PS4. We're trying to port over to Bedrock, which is the version that can play on everything. We found a lot of really rare things right by our house. We hollowed out a bunch of mountains and turned them into like a dwarven kingdom, kind of like Lord of the Rings style. So it was like super cool. Now we have 2 more players joining tonight, so we're gonna hollow out another mountain. Really excited to see how that works out. Anyways, that's about it. It's Oktoberfest. I'm happy that Oktoberfest is back. I missed it from last year. I'm getting cool thing. I talked to my mom today. I know she listens every once in a while, so if you do, shout out to you, Mom. I love you. I am probably going to go through school to get my personal training license like I've always wanted. So.
Nice. Which school are you thinking of?
Yeah, it's just an online one. You pay if you pass. So.
Nice.
So I'm going to do like a month's worth of classes, take it, or it's a couple months for the courses, and then I'm going to take the test, and it's like $220 for the licensing if I pass, which I will. And during that time, I'm going to go hard fasting, hard dieting and stuff. I'm going to get myself back into shape how I was last Christmas. And I may do that as my second job because I can pick my own hours and I get paid privately. So I can charge my own rates. So,
nice.
So yeah, that'd be exciting being a personal trainer. I've always wanted to do something like that.
I can kind of see it. That I can totally see that you being a whole PT and all that. So.
Yeah. Dude, I love it, man. It's great.
Yeah.
Get it, man. No, I got a little there. But anyways, I hit the gym really hard last night, man. And that was when it clicked with me. I was like, I love this. Because I've been so stressed recently with Maya and all that. When I hit the gym, it's like I told you before, it's like my safe space. Like I get to go in there, put on my headphones. No one messes with me. No one comes to talk to me. And if they do, it's so short conversation. It's like, are you using that? Or like, hey man, I've always wanted to hit that weight. Good for you. Or like, that's about it. That's as
just short talk.
As it goes. Yeah, short talk. Yeah, no one's gonna stop me and have like an hour conversation. They know everyone's there for the same reason. It's great.
Yeah,
so,
like I've been going to the gym and I don't think I have ever made friends there. I just go with a friend that I go with.
I met Oliver at the gym. That's the only person I met at a gym. But yeah, you don't try to make friends. You can if you want to, but it's very rare. Like if you're there all the time. The only reason why I talked to Oliver is that he kept wearing nerdy shirts that I knew, like Pokemon was the first one I saw him. And he there every day I was there at the same time I was there for like 2 weeks. And I was just like, hi. It's like, yeah. That's about it. Yeah, so I may do that. Anyways, I have been playing Yakuza Kiwami 2 recently.
Nice.
I got back into that game. I realized that I left out on chapter 7, which is like halfway through the game. I stopped.
How many chapters are there?
I think 11. I'm not somewhere in there. I'm not entirely sure. I know the last one was like 18, and the last couple of them were like very short chapters. Regardless, it's a very story-driven series because 0 through 6 all take place as the same character. You all play as the same person. And
by the way, when was it announced that the whole Yakuza collection is coming to?
Within the time of the last podcast. So that's why I started playing Yakuza Kiwami 2 again, because I wanted to beat it, but the problem was I beat 0, which is a really long game. I sunk like post-game hours. I sunk in like 25 to 30 hours of post-game in that game. Yakuza Kiwami 1, just the first one, I sunk in like another 20 hours post-game in that one and beat the game. And then I went right from that to play Yakuza Kiwami 2. I had no video game break in between that. Those are the only games I played for like 3 months straight. And I kind of got burnt out, like playing Yakuza and Yakuza and Yakuza and Yakuza. It's like the same thing if I were to play Metal Gear Solid 1 until 5. Like I couldn't do that, like I'd have to have a break somewhere in there. And so I took a break for a while and I was like, I'll come back to it. It's been a year. And so it's been a year since I played Yakuza Kiwami 2. So I picked it back up. And I have no idea what happened.
Is it hard to pick up if you've been like gone for that long? Or
sort of, yeah. It's I wouldn't say it's like a I wouldn't say it's a story-based game. It's like, and the fighting is sort of similar to Batman Arkham Asylum. Like it is sort of like that. It's a lot more fine-tuned in some of the games in Yakuza than it is in Batman. But anyways, so it's like if you don't know the moves that you taught and what path you're trying to take for like your actions and fighting style, it's really confusing, like knowing what to do. And you spend a lot of time in the same city, so you know where everything is. It's been so long since I played this game. I have no idea where anything is. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. And so what I did is you can go back and watch all of the cutscenes. There's like 23-minute cutscenes for every chapter. Dude, I'm on chapter 7. So it took me an hour to just get through chapter 1's cutscenes the other day, and I was like, this is gonna take so long. So
hey, but I think you'll have enough time before Borderlands. So
I'm trying to finish Yakuza Kiwami 2 before Borderlands 3, because I know once I pick up Borderlands 3, I won't set it down for a long time. I think the next game I'll pick up will be Luigi's Mansion on October 31st. Sorry. My next game will be Luigi's Mansion 2 on October 31st, which, by the way, I'm trying. Three. Yeah, sorry. Luigi's Mansion 3 for October 31st, and then I'm going to stream that game. I'm excited for that. I'm going to stream it on Halloween, hopefully. And then
isn't that like the perfect release date?
It's so perfect. I called that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm going to stream that game. I'm going to play that game. And then the next one's going to be Pokemon. And so I know it's going to be a while before I get a second to beat Yakuza. So I was like, I want to beat 2. So once all of this happens at beginning of next year, since there's kind of a lull in January, I'm going to probably pick up the first pack of DLC for Borderlands 3 will probably come out around then. I'll get the first pack of DLC, and then I'll probably pick up the Yakuza Remake Collection and play 3 and 4.
Because 3 is coming soon, right? And then
3's already out. 3's already out. 3's out. Yeah.
Then 4 is the one that's coming soon, and then 5 is the one in 2020. Right?
2020. Yeah, so I'm going to try to beat 3 and 4 before 5 comes out. Because I own 6, but I refuse to play it until I beat 1 through. Because I'm gonna be blunt with you. They're in order.
Like from Metal Gear to Metal Gear. So it's like you don't play 2 and then or you don't play 1 and then jump straight to 4. So.
Yeah. It's like it's in order. The games are in order. They're not out of place. So Yakuza 0, just like it says, it is before 1. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3. Which, by the way, 0 is a phenomenal game, which I believe was incredibly underplayed.
Yeah.
It is so damn good. I played Yakuza Kiwami before I played 0. So I played the first one before I went back and played 0. Moving from 1 to 0 was not hard, because technically Yakuza 0 came out before Yakuza Kiwami, the remake of 1. But moving back to 0,
because both games came out in 2017.
Yeah.
So
it's so.
I remember 0 came out very early in 2017, around like the time when Horizon was coming out and Zelda and all the big games from that year. So
no one's
kind of got that and Gravity Rush.
$20. Yeah. That's why it was $20. So that's why I went and picked them up.
$11.99 still with the Odyssey.
That's amazing. Yeah, Yakuza 0 is a phenomenal game. If you have not played it, go play it. It's great because you have 2 main characters. So you have Kiryu, which is the main character of all the ones. So you get to see him as a young Yakuza member. So in the beginning of 1, he is a respected Yakuza leader. Like, they want him to have his own family. They love him a lot. Like, you know what the Yakuza is, right? Okay, so yeah, he's a respected Yakuza member, and they want him to have his own family. And then he gets So the beginning of 1, which is really interesting, is that their chairman for their family gets murdered because he tries to rape one of the females that Kiryu and his best friend they both like. And so Kiryu's best friend kills their chairman, and Kiryu, being I believe that's his name. What is his name? I may be butchering it. Yakuza main. Sure, sorry. Kazuma Kiryu. Yeah, so Kazuma, I'll just call him Kazuma because it's easier. Anyways, so Kazuma takes the fall for his friend and decides to say, I killed him. And so he goes to prison for like 10 years And while his friend, who's that real person who actually killed their boss, ends up becoming the boss of the family. And then when Kazuma gets out of prison, realizes that in the last 10 years, his friend has become like incredibly evil.
This is one, right?
This is one. Yeah.
One.
Yeah. And then the girl that was, getting whatever, that you fell in love with disappeared as well, with like $100 million that she stole from the Yakuza, and then she just disappears. And so your friend and the Yakuza are hunting her for the money, and you are trying to find her before the Yakuza does, and you're pretty much kicked out of the Yakuza because you killed the chairman, but it wasn't you. And so it's a whole rivalry between old friends the entire game. And so Zero, what's really cool about that, it goes even more in detail about their background and why they became friends, all the missions that they did together and stuff like that. So it's like, after playing 1, going back and playing 0 almost made me cry the first time I saw them like interacting. I was like, no, because like you could probably tell what happens at the end. Yeah. It's
like you're watching Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift and see Han getting killed there, but then you see Han in the other movie. So it's like, you know what? Like, dang it,
yeah, because his friend dies at the end. He kills himself to take out the money so that you
Now, real quick, have you heard of Judgment?
Yes.
Yeah, so are you planning on playing that one? Because I know it's from the Yakuza guys.
I think, it was halted from being released here, wasn't it?
No, they actually released it. They had to recall it in Japan because
that's right.
Because the
allegations between one of the voice actors. Yeah, I remember that.
He was found sniffing cocaine, and apparently that's like super illegal.
Yeah.
What was even funny is that same actor also gave the Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts 3. He gave his voice to Olaf. Yeah. So they even had to recall Kingdom Hearts
3. Yeah. Well, the reason why is that cocaine is specifically associated with the Yakuza. which is what was really funny to me. Yeah. I mean, it's effed up, but it's really funny to me that the guy who was in a Yakuza game gets recalled for having associations with cocaine, which is distributed through the Yakuza.
So, Yakuza and Minecraft has been your games, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How about you? What do you
so, man, since the last time we did that, what we've been playing, I've gone through 3 games. Well, technically finished 2 and still going through a 3rd one.
I know you picked up that new game, Control, for a while.
Yeah, I'll leave that one as the 3rd one that I'm still playing. But yeah, the first one I played was Metro Exodus, and boy.
Oh, yeah. Boy. Yeah, your opinions change on that one.
Yeah, so I have never had a game be like, this is definitely going to be my top 5 of the year, to go straight to disappointment. But I have to give a caveat that I played this on regular PS4, and I was kind of reading that was like the worst version. Suddenly, like even the Xbox One version was actually smoother to play and all that. But
same thing with Control. Actually, Control got a lower rating on PS4 than everything else. I saw that as well. Anyways.
Yeah, except PS4 Pro. Like it's just like we're reaching the point where the standard consoles are kind of like showing their age and like running things really badly. But it's been a while since I've had a game break like the way the Metro has been. Then like it was like crashing my console like crazy, to the point that it even corrupted my whole database that I had to build from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like it was interesting then when I was reaching the end of the game after a very excruciating, boring section and like some savages, all my upgrades were gone. Like all my you go through side quests in the game to get like upgrades for your armor, to have like more weapons, to have more ammo, to have like a stronger visor so you can like resist like the places that are like irradiated. And by the time where I'm at the very last mission, all those upgrades were gone. Like straight, like if I had just blasted through the game without doing any upgrades. And I'm like, what a complete waste of time that was. And then I had to like drop I was like, it was getting super hard because you have to beat this Harambe like gorillas that have been irradiated that take way too many bullets. And I was like, you know what, screw this. I went and lowered the difficulty to reading rating, to reading. So it's like reading, easy, normal. I was playing in normal. I was like, I don't want to waste my time. Go straight reading. Literally one shotgun at the head, every gorilla, just blasting through it. And then it turns out I get the bad ending because I was blasting everyone. So my character dies. Yeah, spoilers. Who cares? And I was like, yep, delete. Such a bummer, because that was like Metro I like shooters and I like story-based shooters, and Metro's has been a series that I've always wanted to like, but there was always something that prevented me from it. Either it was too clunky, difficulties all screwed up, buggy. This one was like, man, I'm really liking this. I'm really, really liking the survival flow. Like it's not too intrusive. Having like a map, it's like open world, but not really. Kind of like wide linear. So I kind of like that. So it felt manageable and not bloated. So for it to break that way, I'm like, dang it. It's like, but I think if you have it on Xbox One X or PC, I think it's really good. I would still recommend it play there, but buyer beware on standard PS4. Then I played Devil May Cry 5 because I started playing it. I kind of like put it away for a little bit because other things came up. What a game!
Yeah.
What a game!
Did you beat it?
Amazing. Yeah, beat it fully. And by the point that I was playing as Dante, which is like in the 10th chapter, and then you get a motorcycle that transforms into swords. I'm like, this is freaking amazing. Just like switching, and then switching into a motorcycle that you can mix it and become a motorcycle when you press circle, and then like flip, and then it transforms into two, and then you start like hacking the combos.
Maybe you should try Astral Chain because I see it's it's been
getting really
phenomenal reviews.
Yeah,
like
people are saying like Game of the Year contender. I'm like, I was hoping it was just gonna be like fine to be like, okay, I'll just live it, but I kind of want to play it now.
And it's a platinum game, so it's like, and apparently it took a lot of things from Scalebound that they wanted to do. So because you're
inspiration
alongside the robot.
And from what I've been hearing about the story, kind of like the things you fight and all that, it gives me shades of Evangelion. Like it's just so funny. It's so funny. I'm like, it's like for anyone that watched Evangelion this year for the first time on Netflix.
Perfect game.
That's like to scratch the itch. I'll consider it. It comes out this Friday, so why not?
Didn't it already come out though?
Oh no, it was like the reviews came out.
Oh, okay.
Like, the review embargo broke, and at the same time as Control, which by the way, Astral Chain was getting better reviews, but Control's also been really good. But yeah, Devil May Cry 5, I love that one. It was like great palette cleanse. I could not have gone from like this to this. Going from like Metro to that was like night and day.
That's awesome.
I think next to Resident Evil 2, best game of 2019 so far.
Wow.
I'd say that.
I have very, very high hopes for Borderlands 3. I want everybody to know on record, my soul will be crushed if this game isn't not good. Because if this game isn't Game of the Year for me, I'm going to like cry. Because the only thing that can make it up would be maybe Luigi's Mansion 3 being just somehow amazing. Because the second game was good, but it didn't have the same feel of playing through the first one. Because the first one was kind of scary as a kid.
Yeah.
And still going back to playing it, it's kind of freaky at times.
I can confirm I played it when I was going in that month where I was just playing GameCube games. I replayed Luigi's Mansion. I had forgotten that where you have to visit the witch with like the ball with the future ball. Yeah. Like, and then I was like, holy crap, this is dark. I don't remember this being like dark.
The baby. Like at the beginning, it's like the like going in every door is like like the little cutscene to walk in. It's creepy. The second one though was very happy and it's like it's a fun campy like experience. It's not scary. It's just like it has horror elements.
It's Ghostbusters. It embraced Ghostbusters then.
And the third one looks exactly the same way.
I think it'll be good. Like it feels like it's bigger.
I think it's going to be a great game. I don't think it's going to give me the same feeling that I liked about the first one.
Yeah. And my third game.
Control. You're talking about.
Yes, and then Control. Control. It is a hell of a game. Wow. Like.
Very good.
Yes. Do you like Metroid? Prime, so like if you like Metroid, you like Batman Arkham Asylum, which by the way, happy 10th anniversary. Wrote something about it. You can check it on the site. Like it is Batman Arkham Asylum.
I hear it's very Metroidvania style, where you have to go back and like traverse old things to
it doesn't fully tell you where to go. Just gives you a point, but there's like no waypoint. There's actual exploration, which I wasn't expecting because Remedy games are pretty linear.
Only that way,
but it's like it feels like a greatest hits for Remedy games. Like they made Max Payne.
What was their last game that they made?
Quantum Break on Xbox One.
I never played that.
It was their weakest game, by the way. So
okay.
Horrible boss fight at the end, but I can leave that for this is like the greatest hits of the best parts of all their games. So like the shooting feels just as frenetic, and like every shootout in that thing, you're almost always breathless because
That's
so
awesome.
much stuff can happen at the same time because you have powers. Like you're shooting, and then suddenly you start using your telekinesis, which, by the way, like you can grab everything in your environment, and if there's nothing to grab, it literally breaks a wall whenever you are. You're like putting it, and it breaks anything from anywhere that's close to you to give you something to throw.
Like cool. Because I hear you only have one gun. You just upgrade the gun.
Oh yeah. The gun transforms into a machine gun, into shotgun,
That's
into
cool.
sniper.
That's
so
cool.
It's just like very economical that way, and you can dash around like if it was like Quake or whatever. Like you just press circle in my case, to like start dodging and mind control people. Like if you're a Jedi, like you lower their health and mind control so they can help you. It's like super fun. It's like super fun combat.
And when you said Jedi, when does Jedi Fallen Order come out?
And November 15th.
Okay, so that's a contender probably for you and for other people for the best game of the year.
Yeah.
Or like at least excited for seeing if it will be. I personally am not a giant fan of those kind of games. I will enjoy it. I guarantee you I will enjoy the game. I don't think it's going to be my even close to my top contender.
I doubt it's going to be top contender either. It's EA. Like they somehow screw everything up, even no matter. Like, look what's happening with Apex Legends.
It screwed up. Well, hold up, though. So, Apex Legends screwed up Season 1. Season 2 has been hella, dude. And they finally started their esports league as well, doing very well. And they just released solos.
Singles, yeah, the solos.
Yeah, solos. Yeah, they just released solos, which has been doing really well, too.
Yes, but the narrative around that game was like around the crown thing that was like $170.
I was about to but cosmetics have been.
Yeah, exactly. I know, but it's like it's so funny that especially because the big news about that was that they went at war towards their community that were complaining that why are you like putting all this thing for $170? And it's not like it costs $170 total. It's just what it would cost you total if you buy each piece individually. So it's like very sneaky that way. And it's just like that's a game that's like having every system microtransaction available, unlike other games that only do like a store or like a battle pass. They do everything. There's the store, there's the loot boxes, there's the battle pass. It's like they're trying to have it all. It's like that's kind of sleazy. It's like people, if it's just cosmetics, just put a store. Like it worked for Titanfall. There were no loot boxes there, and people were not mad about that. It's just like why anger people that evangelized that game early this year when they remember that thing was like the biggest thing in 2019, and then suddenly it just became like yes, Fortnite is like Minecraft now is the biggest thing. I was just checking again, like Forbes was writing about it, like
it's
Fortnite,
Minecraft, Fortnite, League of Legends, and then there's a game
WoW Classic.
WoW Classic. Yeah,
that's it. That's
which,
another
by
one.
By the way, I want to talk about that real fast. So, as someone who played WoW back in the day, I want to mention that WoW Classic is a big flop. It is screwing up really hard right now. There has been pictures of people waiting for 15 hours to get...
Big lines?
No. They've been waiting for 15 hours to get into the server. But in good old gaming fashion, just like back in the day, in 2006, for old WoW, people are queuing up for boss battles. You don't see that in games anymore. I
saw a picture of people queuing about it's like a big line of actual characters.
Yeah, so it's back in the day, people did that out of courtesy. Because if you kill a boss with a bunch of other people, you have to split the XP. And so it just sucks. And everybody can just go in at once because the bosses keep spawning. So what people would do is that they would queue up in parties. They would literally just have their avatar wait in a line. And then when someone finishes it, they just walk back and they just cycle through like that. Because people were kind to each other back then, which is awesome. And seeing people do that again is really exciting. That's cool.
It's all the nostalgia, getting all the nostalgia points.
Dude, Leroy Jenkins is back.
Oh wow, that's when that happened, right?
Yep. Wow.
Yeah. By the way, back to Control. So like I was saying that it was all the greatest hits with like the combat. It has Alan Wake vibes. That it has like an in-universe TV show that's actually live action. That you just have to queue it in in a random terminal, and you can kind of watch it if you want. It's just a collectible, and has like really cool lore, like a lot of really cool, well-written lore that in the collectible. First time in a while that I'm like literally just scrounging everyone to find memos and everything, because this is like legitimately well-written and funny, and it has the Quantum Break style of visuals, but taking it up a notch, like even weirder. This is like Twin Peaks weird.
Wow.
Like mix Inception. If Inception and Twin Peaks had a baby, with like the kind of enemies that you fight, they're like weird monstrosities, and how like the environment changes, and it completely messes you up with like the storytelling techniques that it uses. Like, it's really cool. I'm really enjoying. Fuck the frame rate, but it's really good. Like, the frame rate in that game is ass. Like, especially when everything's like fun. But I think it says a lot. If me playing it on just a standard PS4, that I'm like really enjoying it despite that. Especially coming from Metro, where that whole thing completely like destroyed my opinion of the game. Like, control is legit. Like, I haven't been stopped. I went to the internship today, and I couldn't stop ranting about it to my coworkers there. Like, because they like this kind of game, so I was just telling all like the weird shit that happens there.
Dude, I want to play it eventually.
You can download it from my.
I want to play Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Because
I was gonna ask you, had you finished download it?
Yeah, I downloaded it. Okay. I downloaded it. Yeah, I just gotta sign on as you to play it offline. But I've been playing a lot of Minecraft and doing this recently. I want to go.
Love Spider-Man.
I have a feeling I will. I'm excited. I want to move on to a story. Something that I kind of pulled up, so I thought it was kind of funny. So, do you know the meme or the enigma of the Florida Man?
Yes. That you put Florida Man and a date, like your birthday date, to see what the headline is.
Yeah, because Florida's just crazy, man. So here we go. So by Esquire.com, they have a article that I wanted to read that's kind of funny, called the top best Florida man headlines in news articles of all time.
Yeah.
So I'll read part of this. So it says, the Florida man is a bit of an enigma. He is the frayed fabric of a worn tobacco ring in his left back pocket. He lives in the breeze that goes through your hair while doing donuts on an ATV. He is the slight echo in the air when someone says, hey, watch this. He is Florida, and Florida is him. Do not confuse him with your average male resident of Florida. Florida Man is a brand. Every day there is a story that involves a man from Florida. So here we go. Here are some of the best ones. Wow, there is literally one from every day in January. Oh my Lord. Wow, they have one for every day. The best one of every day of the year. This is going to be great. Okay, so I'm going to read some of January, and then we're just going to go to certain dates that we want to find. So,
find the one for my birthday.
Hold on.
I want to afterwards.
January 1st, Florida man shooting at Target in backyard hits neighbor sitting at dining room table. January 2nd, Florida man doesn't get straw, attacks McDonald's employee. January 3rd, Florida man arrested at Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. Says he came to talk to Trump about his $6.3 trillion. Florida man arrested after hitting dad with pizza because he was mad he helped birth him. January 5th, Florida man killed ex-girlfriend while trying to get rid of the devil. January 6th, Florida man intentionally drove Ferrari 360 into ocean at top speed. Here's one of my favorite ones I was reading. January 7th, this is the best one I've read so far. Florida man denies syringes found in rectum are his.
Wow.
Florida man arrested after argument over cheesesteak. Florida man accused of burning son to teach him lessons about fire. Florida man allegedly fooled family into believing murdered wife was still alive. Florida man chewed up police car seat after cocaine arrest. Florida driver finds boa constrictor in his car engine. Drunk, shirtless Florida man harasses people in the park. Florida man causes highway crash, steals Good Samaritan's truck who stopped to help. Florida man accused of luring kids tells cops he can't recall as he drinks 18 to 20 beers before talking to children. What? Florida man accused of luring kids tells cops that he can't recall as he normally drinks 18 to 20 beers before talking to any child. Well, great. Awesome. Yeah, it was totally good. Caught on cam. Horses chase suspect in Florida. Man vacationing in Florida finds hidden camera in his Airbnb. That's pretty freaky. Florida man caught exposing himself in Walmart pillow aisle. Trump will handle it. Florida man has warning after harassing Iraqi neighbors. Florida man driving unregistered ATV ran over a dog. The World War II story was so good that it dominated headlines for a second day. This rare distraction is called the Florida Spark. I don't know what the heck that is. Oh, right here. January 26. Florida man finds a World War II grenade, places it in his truck, drives to Taco Bell.
Wow.
Weird.
Is that still all January?
Yeah. So when's your birthday on here?
August 16th.
16th. That's right. It is August. Let me see if I find it. Let's find it. Oh wait, it only goes up to March 31st. Womp womp.
I think you can Google.
Let's do that. Hold up. August 16th, Florida man. Here we go. Florida man suspected of murdering couple was caught biting victim's face off. Nice.
Wait, is this a zombie story?
No.
Do you remember that? But do you remember that?
I remember the Florida zombie. Yeah, I remember.
Oh man.
Yeah, the guy was on bath salts. It took him like 36 shots to be taken down.
Yeah, that's insane.
Did you know that cop is still alive?
Really?
The one that had his face bit off?
Holy crap.
Yeah, there's photos of him, man. It's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal, man. I feel really bad for him. Yeah, if you look him up, you can see what he looks like with it after the face repair. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, by the way, we have to like really learn how to use Zoom so you can kind of show also like what you're seeing in your desktop, like in the recording and all that. Something to think about. No, it's not.
Oh yeah, we could totally do that. I like that one. So here's my birthday. A Florida man was arrested after telling a playground full of kids where babies come from. You want to see what he looks like?
Yeah.
You want to see what this man looks like? You want to see what Florida man looks like? Hold up, they got a picture of him. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna see if I can I share? How do I share?
I think it's yeah. Let's not toy around with that right now.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Here we go. Do you see it? You see this?
Yeah.
That's what this man looked like. A Florida man was arrested after telling a playground full of kids where babies come from.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what Florida man looks like. So, yeah, that's great. Anyways, so that guy did that on my birthday. Wow.
Screwed up.
Yeah. What a thing. Anyways, yeah, Florida people are quite crazy. I don't know what goes on in Florida. I've only been there for vacation. I've never actually lived there. Seeing all this, I don't know if I ever want to live in Florida. That sounds pretty crazy. So
plus, it's all expensive. So
that's what I hear. Yeah, it's very, very expensive down there. Anyways, how was your internship? How's it going?
So I'm still working on translations for subtitles because we're getting so close to upload an El Salvador made sitcom that they filmed here. They're gonna put it on Amazon Prime. So so I'm already like finished translating, so I'm now putting it at a subtitle software that I don't remember the name. I always forget it. So I have new for everyone that sees subtitles now. Whenever you watch subtitles with anything, you have no idea how long it takes.
Oh yeah, it takes forever.
Yeah, to manually insert every single subtitle, for it to look well formatted, for it to cue right on time and all that. It's something else. They also taught me now some pre-production, like the whole script that they use for like video recording that has like the two columns. So like on column left, you put like everything that's gonna be shown in your shots for a specific scene, and then you put the audio to the right, and and how to be like overly descriptive and all that. And they told me when I go on Friday, they're gonna teach me about lightning and like setup, teardown. When you have like so like whenever you're carrying all the things, so you put the lamp anywhere and all that, they're gonna teach me that Friday. So
That's exciting.
I'm really liking it. And for lunch today, in our lunch break, we were playing GTA 5 to see who could get the highest star, like who could be the most deranged of all of us and get the highest star rating. Thankfully, that wasn't me because I'm not deranged. So he asked me today how I was feeling about the whole internship and all that. I was like, I feel like I've been here longer. That's how like I've only been there for 5, like because I go 3 times a week. That was like my 5th time, and I feel like I've been there forever. Like I've fit in so well. It's a fun group.
That's awesome.
Super chill, all that. So I can't wait to finally move on from subtitling, so I can actually move to actual video stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm glad I can do that because no one there knows English like I do. So that's to me is valuable.
So that's awesome. Like I definitely believe knowing a couple languages is really important, and especially coding languages. So like my little bit of C++ knowledge that I have goes a long ways for a lot of people. And so I wanna get a little bit more in Java. So I'm about to start taking some classes for that. Yeah. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
I remember this was back in 2011. My aunt was dating like this really old, really like well-versed tech guy from Florida.
Yeah, Florida man.
I probably remember. So his name was Ollie Welsh was his name. He used to work with this guy named Hank Asher, who actually invented the police scanner thing that they're like, you know how police have the computers and all that? Yeah. He invented that thing back in 2001. So.
Oh, that's cool.
So this guy Ollie helped with the coding and all that. So he was like a guy that just picture the Matrix style, like looking at a huge monitor with a bunch of code and taking every strands of code and all that. Big weird. This was back before I went to college and I was trying to figure out what I wanted. I stupidly said, I think I want to do something with computers because I like computers. So I think computer engineering. So the guy literally buys me a laptop, a Linux laptop, without me even asking.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Sends me he buys me a C++ book this size.
Good. Do you still have that?
Oh no, he didn't buy it. He lent me. He had it.
Okay.
He was like this size, and I was like, what? He was like, okay, read that in a week and build my site. That's how you'll know he literally told me, if you're able to do that in that time frame, that's how you know this is what you're meant to do. And I was like, okay.
That's a little extreme, but I will say, if you want to be a successful programmer, you're gonna crunch time. You know what that is. So yeah.
Oh yes. So I wasn't. And the thing is that happened while I was on summer vacation visiting. So my mindset wasn't. Yeah, I was like, I was just here to visit.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not here to do work. Sorry.
Yeah, but I remember I tried. I had read like 50 of those pages, and I was like, I'm on page 50, and I don't remember what I just read on 49. It was so much because it was fun this small with so much, and I was like, I remember telling my aunt, I don't think I want to do this. This is not for me. I think I'm crazy. And
I would have liked it if you tried it a little more. If that guy didn't go crazy, I feel like you
exactly. I think he threw me too quick to the deep end for that.
Yeah.
But like I know like how important the C++ is. Like just a little thing could even help you build from there if you ever want to work on a video game even.
Yeah.
Whether it's like C++ is still
especially Java.
Important.
Very little of Java information can take you a long way with building a game. Like remember the game Slender?
Mm-hmm.
Slenderman game. That was like there's a very small like written article about the creator of that game. The guy didn't know a whole lot of coding before he made that game. He and it like became a very well sold game. Well, I guess it was free until it was being sold on consoles. But anyways, regardless, the guy didn't know a whole lot. Same with Chris Hawthorne. No, is it Chris Hawthorne?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The guy.
It's like almost, if I remember.
Freddy's. The guy who created that.
The original Slender, it feels like art images just like overimposed as you're moving through it, right? It's not even fully animated. Yeah. Just like things just pop up.
Yeah.
I remember they were playing it in the dorms one time my sophomore year. It was during spring break. Everyone was like gathered to their laptop screaming. I was like, what the hell's happening? Oh, we're playing Slender. I was like, wait, what's that? And then the big thing pops up.
I beat that game in school, in my high school. I was in a computer class in high school, and a friend of mine made a virtual map that we drew out because we played the game enough that we memorized where everything could spawn. And so we're like, this is the best route to do it, so we beat it. And it was a lot of fun. We beat it with everyone watching too. And then we also play CSGO in that class too.
Yeah.
So
I played Doom in my class in high school. I remember I downloaded it because it was so easy to get Doom and any to run every laptop. That's what I would play in a small window when my teacher wasn't looking, because it was like a big rectangular room. And you just play there. So like, kill. Boom. Minimize. Yep. Kill.
So the best part about it though is that we were all playing these games, and our teacher was like, "Are you guys playing games instead of like learning?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're just taking a break or whatever," because like we had to learn like Photoshop and stuff for this class, and our free time we could like play a game or whatever if we finished our thing for the week. Anyways, so we wouldn't finish the things, we just play. And he got to the point where he didn't care. He was like, just give me something. He was like, just crop out something's face and throw it on something else on Photoshop to just prove that you know how to use the tool, and then you can play games for the rest of the week. So I got them this game that's like, what was it called? It was something squared or something cube or whatever. It was a arena shooter. You know what an arena shooter is, right? Yeah. So it was an arena. Yeah. So it was an arena shooter that we connected the whole room to play with. And so we'd all like sit around. You watched The Office, right? This is a good example. So you remember whenever Jim was playing CS Source with everybody? Or Call of Duty or whatever with everybody?
Call of Duty 2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. We were all playing it in our office. We're all playing it together. And then our teacher one day just randomly joins the game. We didn't realize that he downloaded the game. While we were gone, he found out what games were on the computer, downloaded it on his, and we were in the middle of the match, like red team versus blue team, and all of a sudden he just joins as a third party. We're like, who is this guy? We're trying to figure out who this guy is, and then like we're like, what's his name? And then we're trying to figure it out who this person was, and then at the end of the class, he was like, hey, that was a good game, guys. You guys have a good one. We're like, what? That was you the whole time? He was playing with us on his computer. He was just like, it didn't look like he was. He was just, anyways. But
what a baller. I like that. I like he did that. He wasn't like,
and then
Roger Brain stuff.
Yeah. And then one guy got really mad. Or one guy was being like a troll in the game, and he didn't like it, so he blocked his computer. So because he has access to all the computers, and so he can like make it where you can't sign in. And so he just kicks out Logan from the sign-in and just puts like "Happy Birthday, Logan" on there instead. And so, but he does it from his computer, so he doesn't go to Logan's computer. He's just sitting there. Logan's in the middle of playing, and all of a sudden the screen goes black, and then it just says "Happy Birthday, Logan," and it has like this cake that spins, and then Logan's like, "I can't sign in." He was like, "That's what you get for being a troll." It was like,
man, fun times. Imagine if you could even do that at Oryu's computers. If they wouldn't have just deleted everything that you would download and then every time you would sign out, or they would even have that modicum of fun.
Don't even get me started on RE, man. Their internet was so trash, and then the amount of things they had blocked for no reason was so stupid. Like, I get blocking porn sites, I get blocking that stuff, but they blocked some things that I was like, why is this blocked? I'm like,
I hated their strict NAT. It made most of my games unplayable.
And that too. You can't play any games online with strict NAT. Like, I couldn't have
you can, but like super limited.
Well, I couldn't have a party and play with people on a party. I could on the best part about it is I could use Discord and I could use League of Legends. So I played League of Legends and Discord. That's all I did because I couldn't play online on my Xbox.
I was playing Destiny around that time and trying to get the party to do like the 6-man raids was such a pain because it was constantly trying to like reset connection to see if we could like try to bypass the strict NAT so we can communicate, and those things needed communication. It was like I think like right now my friend Kevin's back at Oreo for a semester and I wanted to play with him some D2 like last week and we couldn't connect the chat. We were like Goodman.
Yeah, Kevin Goodman.
Yeah. So we had to like just do a Facebook call and play through there. We're like, well, at least we can play. We just can't communicate.
Dude, back in the day, I couldn't even play because I remember I tried to play Halo 4 and Halo 5 with my friend Wyatt back home.
And it wasn't.
It just wouldn't let me. I literally could not connect with the guy. I think the longest we connected was a minute before he kicked us out.
I played Halo 5 multiplayer When I play Halo 5, I never played with a party, so I never experienced that, but I believe you. I totally believe that whenever you're trying to connect there.
Hardest part about it, which you'll know this was a big deal for me, I could not play Smash 4 online because the
internet.
the Wii U wouldn't let you connect to online games if it was a strict NAT.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't play Wii U with anybody.
It's funny we're talking about that because when we were playing GTA 5 at our lunch break today, we were talking about, like, he was telling me, oh yeah, I played a lot at launch, and I was like, I couldn't. My strict NAT wouldn't let me connect. I was on PS3, so that was even worse. So, like, that connection was even worse.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Or
we don't have to. Yeah. Download speeds were cool. Yeah.
Download and upload speeds were amazing. Everything else still.
Just actual playing. But have you gone to their new coffee shop, the Outermost Grounds?
What?
Yeah, they opened a new coffee shop over where Victory was. Where like the cafeteria that Victory had, they completely transformed it. Now that's all is RU. So they made it actually, it's called the Outermost Grounds.
You're joking.
It actually, I'm not joking. It's like, it's legit. Like, it's a legit coffee shop. I'm like, they really tore that place apart and rebuilt it into something that I'm like, how? Where did this money come from? Well, I kind of know where they come from.
So the Outermost Grounds?
Outermost, like UTTR, Outermost Grounds. It's that's what they called it. So hopefully you can find it. I think it was I remember seeing a picture in their normal account, and I was like, dang.
Let me see. Oh my god.
Right?
Wow.
I think I wonder where their tuition went up.
Oh my lord! I wonder if Zoe knows that. She's still going there. I know the Nursing and Engineering Center because I used to lead at Victory over there for. Mm-hmm. This is kind of ironic that now it's it's an RU room. Well, no, it's a college over there, but it's but it's weird that, I mean, they had a coffee shop in there already. It was just Victory.
It was just really bad. It was really crappy, really like low budget. But the way they remodeled it. And I've been seeing like some random videos of people that I know they're still there on Instagram. And I'm like, dang, maybe one day you can do some work there.
I want to
really nice.
see how it looks. I can't see anything. All I see is something about, I'm trying to find a picture of it. All I'm seeing is a picture of like a banner just saying Outermost Grounds, RU's newest cafe. That's all I see. I don't see any photos of it.
Whenever you can, just like scroll through the normal RU Facebook page. They put it there, like the different angles of how it looks from like the entrance.
I am at RU's normal Facebook page.
Oh.
How recent was the photo?
2-3 weeks ago, I think, right before like school started for them.
They post like 4 times a day, so this will be a hot second. Did you see about their geese dog?
Yeah, Marlboro, whatever that thing is called.
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking funny.
It's amazing.
There's like a dog that is freaking running around, scaring the geese and swimming through the nasty lake.
Yeah, well, they hired a person with a dog to get rid of the geese because the geese are such a problem right now.
3 times a day. That's committed, man. Like 3 times a day, they bring in the thing to run the geese away. So now people won't have to, like, all the freshies are not gonna have to experience the dodging the geese.
Marlboro. Yeah. Yeah, I see all these comments like, "Go Marlboro, go, go, go!" Like everyone's like loves that dog. I would have loved that dog to have been there while I was there. That would have been so cool.
They have it so nice. They are having it so nice now compared to when we were there. But it always is like that. Like things will always get better even after you leave. Yeah,
dude, I don't see anything about this coffee shop.
Yeah, I'll try to look at myself and I'll send it to you, like in after a podcast because
I see nothing about this, man. I don't see it. All I see is the name. I don't see any photo. I'm looking at their photo section. I still don't see it. I see something about See, new dorm, new students, new engineering, new cafe, Uttermost Bounds, or Uttermost Grants. Oh, there it is.
Mhm.
I see it. That's not super nice. That looks like their old coffee shop, but just with a wall art. That's
I remember I went to Victory, and I remember when that thing was at the worst of the worst. I heard that the thing how they remodeled that whole area of that building. It's like I thought that building was unsalvageable. When I heard they took it, I was like, just destroy it. Don't build from inside. Like just tear it down
and rebuild. Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently they did all that without having to rebuild. Like
also, the photos make Nico Hall look a lot larger. It's actually really tiny. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. That's about it for RU talk. Let's see. So you are doing your internship. We're waiting on Zach to come back to life. He'll be back probably next week. Maya got screwed over. I have new gameplay content coming out on my channel. I've kind of struggled a lot with trying to understand what I wanted to do on there. I didn't know if I wanted to actually put any sort of gameplay, but I realized that I could probably do some funny commentary. I've done that for a while, so I may as well release it. So I'm gonna release some videos hopefully today or tomorrow.
By the way, just real quick, have you ever heard of the Dark Pictures anthology, The Man of Medan?
Man of Medan. Yep.
I think
I'm excited for it.
Today?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, whenever it comes out, but like
Friday. Sorry, it comes out the 30th, I believe.
Yeah, same day as whatchamacallit, as Astro Chain. I think it's supposed to be on the cheap, if I'm not mistaken.
Man of Medan?
Yeah, Man of Medan. Yeah.
And
it's
like 30.
Until Dawn. Yeah, it's like the $30 Until Dawn like game that actually has a co-op element that you can play with a friend and do like everyone does separate decisions with so many permutations.
I'm seeing a lot of mixed reviews of it the last few days though, so that's why I'm kind of like holding off until it comes out to see what consumers think of it. I'm hearing that playing with other people is a lot of fun. But I mean, like, dude, GameSpot gave it a 6, so.
IGN gave it a 7. I don't know what Game Informer gave it.
PC Gamer gave it an 81. Metacritic gave it a 7. So, it's very in between. So I'm gonna see what people are saying about it after it comes out.
Yeah, and Game Informer gave it a 7 also.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, for like content purposes, a horror game with fun commentary and decisions and all that.
I was going to mention earlier that I remembered in the middle of our video game content, I replayed Outlast this week. I was playing it for Zoe because Zoe used to watch Let's Players play it, and she was like, I always wanted to see someone play it, or I've always wanted to try it. I'm like, here you go. Just gave her a controller. She played it.
Did she scream with the guy at the wheelchair that jumps you at the beginning?
She jumped a little, but she knew that happened. She was just like, yeah, that happened. And then it was whenever, it was before that part, though, the part where you're like crawling through the bookshelf and the big meaty dude grabs you. It's like, what are you doing here, pig? And like throws you out, whatever. Yeah, so that startled her. And then the dead body that falls down scared her a little bit. Anyways, I've been playing through Whistleblower because I realized I never beat Whistleblower. I beat 1 and 2, but I never beat Whistleblower. So I'm playing.
Did you ever play Outlast 2?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I played it with Joshua Martin. The day it came out, I went to Josh's room and we played that. And then Resident Evil 7 as well. Same thing. I got Resident Evil 7 when I got Resident Evil 7. I beat it to literally beat that game an hour and a half before he beat it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it wasn't even that long, and that's what makes it so great.
Same with Outlast too. Outlast is a short game. They're short games. Whistleblower is like, if you play through it fast and not really hide and just run through, you can do it in 2 hours. If it's a normal 4-hour game. Outlast, the first one, is like a 6-hour, 7-hour game. It's not a long game. And Resident Evil 7 is the same way. You can beat it under 6 hours pretty easily. So.
Yeah. Same with 2.
Yeah, 2 is short.
There's like this trophy that you can beat it with a certain amount of steps, but I'm like, screw that.
Yeah.
but it's like, I actually want to see people actually do it. Like, make the whole game and take in this certain amount of steps.
That's so weird. I need a.
Because I can't imagine with the Tyrant that's necessary that doesn't have a set pattern. How you can like plan to get all that with so many small steps?
He doesn't have a set pattern. Well, he does. Here's the thing. So like he doesn't have a set like walking way. Like he's gonna he's gonna be here at a certain point in time. But once you get his attention, he will do something. And so you can bait him and juke him out. That helps a lot. I'm debating going back and playing 2 again. I'm kind of wish that there was another Resident Evil game coming like very soon. Hopefully.
Hopefully Japan, the Tokyo Game Show, they announced something because that's a Japanese studio.
Yeah.
Because the thing that popped up a couple weeks ago, the whole thing that was it a new trademark or like a
they just straight up said that
they're working on it.
There's a new game coming. They're working on it, and it will be at the game show. That's what they said. So I'm excited. Hopefully, we'll see 8. Maybe
it's time.
We know they're remaking 3. There's been developers who are working on that have come out and said that they are remaking 3. If it's 3, I'm down. I'm down for Nemesis to be remade. That'd be fun.
They have the system in place now with what they did with Tyrant to do something with Nemesis.
I wouldn't be against pretty much playing the same engine as 2, but playing 3. I'd be down.
It's a hell of an engine.
I'm in a horror game kick right now. I just got done playing I'm about to finish Whistleblower. I say I'm done. I literally have a cutscene and I'm done. Like I stopped last night because I didn't want to watch the rest of it. So I was just like, okay, well I'll go to the gym instead. So I literally have a cutscene. I have like no gameplay left. I'm done with the game. And so that's that. So I'm done with that. And I was thinking of like any horror game I haven't beaten that came out recently, and I couldn't really think of one. So
yeah. But did you ever finish Until Dawn? I think that okay. I was trying to think about it.
Yeah, I beat Until Dawn.
Control is creepy. It's not quite a horror game, but
yeah,
it's giving me that vibe.
I'm debating. I was debating on picking up Control just for the sake I really want something to scratch that itch, but I decided I was just gonna suck it up and just deal with the one playthrough of Outlast and just do Yakuza because I need to beat that. There is that one game recently though that came out that. Oh, what was that? It was a PC game, got hella good ratings. They said it was like one of the best horror games to come out. Man, what was this? It was like you're taking place in China, like you're in like a little Chinese home.
Ah, dang it. Damn it. No, it's not Plague Tales.
No.
Because that was on console. So PC, I have no idea.
What is this Chinese? Is it Devotion?
Maybe?
Oh, see, PT Devotion. Yes. Let me see. I think this is it. I think that was it. Yes, Devotion. That's it. It was pulled from store shelves for a while. I don't know if it ever came back because I wanted to play it, but then I wasn't able to because it was pulled. Because of some sort of censorship thing with China.
Wow.
But I heard that it was phenomenally creepy and just was phenomenal. Like people were saying like, wow, I haven't seen a horror game like this in a long time. So I think I may check it out. I may check that game out next because I really need something to scratch an itch. And,
yes.
And Devotion apparently is, let's see, how long is that game?
I'll say it as you probably won't like it. Maybe you can give Evil Within 2 another shot.
I want to, man.
I really like that game. I can't believe it broke for you. But
I just kind of, I'm gonna be honest with you, it just didn't do what 1 did to me. I didn't like it that much, like playing through it. Like when I stopped the game, I really stopped to think about it, and I wasn't really enjoying myself. I just didn't have something to play. I wanted to like that game so much. I think it was the fact that I liked 1 so freaking much, and then I played, which ironically a lot of people didn't. But then I went and played 2, and it's
different. It's just different. Like,
so here's something that I've noticed about horror games that I feel like a lot of horror games do that they shouldn't do. This would be my little rant. I feel like take this to heart. I'm not a game designer, so I'm probably wrong. but I'm going to say it anyways. A lot of horror games recently have gone with a open field setting rather than a enclosed setting. What I mean by this is, let me give you an example. So, did you watch any Outlast 1 and Outlast 2?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I played a little bit of 1.
So this is the perfect example then of why I like Outlast 1 more than I like 2. 2 is a good game, but there's a lot of problems. Outlast 1 was a really good horror game because the setting was phenomenal. And the way that they built the levels and designed around the monsters and their paths was genius. And specifically, when you're found out and you're forced to run away, it's one thing that Outlast 1 succeeds in that Outlast 2 kind of screws up. And Josh even had this complaint when I was playing Outlast 2 with him, because I remember him dying in the same spot over and over and over, and him and I both saying, this is bullshit. So the first one, if you're running away, there's a natural, for somehow, some way, again, I'm not a game designer, so I don't know how to explain this super well, but I'll try my hardest. There is a natural feeling of not knowing where to go while you're running because everything looks similar, but somehow, some way, the game pushes you the way you need to go. They give you some little hint, or they build the rooms just right where the door is there, or it's hard to get lost in the first one. Even if you've never been somewhere before, you will still find the next room, but it's not too easy. Now, and you feel claustrophobic. You can't run in any direction. You have to juke people out in a small hallway. It adds to the fear factor. The second game is scary in a different way. You're playing in an open field. You're playing in a farm. You're not inside a whole lot. Monsters, God knows where they are because you're outside in the fog. But there's no clear direction where to run. I feel like the hardest parts of Outlast 1 was when you were outside and trying to figure out where the hell you need to go. Which I feel like that's okay sometimes in a game. Outlast 2, that was the majority of the game, was taking place outside, and it got really annoying not knowing where to go. Because we kept dying because we had no freaking idea where the hell we needed to go. Because you'd run for 3 minutes straight with the monster behind you for 3 minutes, and you just go, excuse my French, fuck it. I'm tired of running. I'm just going to restart, and you just let it kill you. Evil Within 2 is the same way for me. Evil Within 1, you're inside of the asylum the whole time. You're inside of this building area the majority of the time. It's not. It feels linear. It feels progressive. The horror is supposed to happen at certain points. 2. The part that really made me not enjoy 2 nearly as much is the part where you're outside and you're going through the houses trying to find the people and stuff. In the town,
yeah.
I hated that. I'm not gonna lie. I know that's for certain people. I hated that. I didn't like it. So it's
a part of a tiny rant of mine that I might not go in this a lot, but it's we've lost sight of linear games. Just developers are scared of just making a game that's linear or tight, which is why Resident Evil 2 was so refreshing, because
so damn good.
Because
it didn't feel so tight because the building you're in is so big, and you have this thing on your ass the entire time, like the tyrant. So that one building feels so much bigger because you have to go through it so much slower. See, that's good.
Yeah.
Don't give me a big space and then expect me to find everything so fast.
It's wanting to build open world even if it's not really. And I feel that goes again. I will say this though, that's half of the game, because halfway through 2, it becomes more linear. It's just the very beginning section.
We never got to the second part.
Exactly, and that's why I'm man, I kind of wish you had gotten there, because it becomes really more funneled, and that whole town starts breaking, so it's not explorable whenever you get there. But I kind of agree that with the first one. The first one was special that way, that you're just going. You're going. You have your wide linear areas, like Resident Evil 4, the guy with the chainsaw. It has that thing, but it's he knows when to be like this, but then to funnel you like this instead of always.
And I feel there's a lot of horror games that are trying to be open world, and I don't think I don't think we've gotten close to getting it it just right. But damn, am I excited for the idea that maybe one day we can mix those two genres that have never perfectly matched together to make an amazing game. That'd be beautiful. I cannot wait for the idea of that. Of there being like custom horror depending on where you go. Like
maybe that's Stranding.
It's not that scary. So my thought though, which is ironic because you mentioned Death Stranding, was going to be the other horror game. Was going to be PT, Silent Hills. I was excited for that because where I love Silent Hill as the games, I love the games. They were open world. Like 2 and 3 were very close. Like very big spaces. You could go wherever you want. But the cameras being so tight didn't make it feel that way. It made me feel like I was stuck inside of a building the whole time.
Part of we did in Silent Hill 2 and 3 have the original Resident Evil cameras that it had like different angles.
And 1, 2, and 3,
yeah.
So the cameras are like in weird ass locations, like so because even if you are outside in the street, you're stuck in this little block and it's hard to move around and escape things. See, that's what I like about the horror genre. If you're gonna mix monsters and things like that, things you have to run away from or fight, put it in a tight space. Because then it makes it so much more tense. Especially in like Resident Evil, from Resident Evil 2, when you're fighting the tyrant and you're inside of a small ass room and he walks in, you're just like, I'm fucked. Like, you're like,
when you're just finished offing those 2 zombies that came out of nowhere, you turn around, he's already standing there. So
yeah.
Like, yep,
it's like, I'm over.
Yeah.
Like, even though you can easily walk around him, you're just like, that's your mindset. You're like, I'm done. Like, yeah. That's good design.
The greatest gaming moment in this year still for me was reaching the safe space that's at the center of the building.
Yeah.
The starting point. I'm like, okay, I'm in the safe space. And seeing him walk, I'm like,
because you can save in the center. Yeah, the center's not a safe space.
Yeah, because he doesn't like he stays outside other places, but not there. So it's like, okay, I'm back in the big safe space. Oh no, he's there.
Yeah.
That was.
I don't think he doesn't come out there until after the first amulet, right, or whatever. Or maybe he just come out there right from the beginning.
Yeah, okay. It comes up after like the whole helicopter thing that he lifts it.
So after the first amulet, then he's like, bitch, this whole place is free roam. Good luck. Yeah, it's just like, oh man, that was so much fun. I loved Resident Evil 2.
And then going through the hallway that's full of lickers and zombies, and you're trying to dodge the guy, and then they keep grabbing it. Then suddenly he's behind you, and he punches you.
I have played so much Resident Evil before, all of them, man. Like, I have never been so afraid of lickers than I have been in 2. Like, lickers are so scary in that game. I cannot wait to see what they do with Nemesis.
Yeah.
That's
just imagine whenever they reach the time where they can remake 4, and just imagine like just fighting Los Ganados, but now like more like scary and like more detail. Like, just imagine whenever we get there. I think we will get there.
I want to see Resident Evil 4 remade in a Resident Evil 7 way.
Like still more tighter, not like
first person. First person, VR, all that kind of stuff. I want them to use Resident Evil 7's engine to remake Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Because Resident Evil 2 and 3 were very linear games, like cut camera. I like what they did with Resident Evil 2 remake. I want them to remake 3 like that. I want them to remake 4 like 7. Because you know those monsters that you get to are like the worm things? Yeah. You could they're like really creepy, make creepy noise, they have like spikes on them.
In the subway?
No, in 4. Whenever you're down in like the meat locker, and then the freezer, like at the end of the game near the lab, and then you can only kill them with the heat-seeking sniper rifle or whatever. But before you get that,
they have the red eyes, right? Is it monster with the red eyes that come in the lab?
I'll show you. So lab as 4 monster. Oh yeah, these things. Oh god, yeah, these Oh yeah, these things are freaky. This thing, I'll share my screen real fast because I want people at home to see what I'm talking about. Give me a second. We got share this thing right here on my screen.
Oh, hey, Florida man. Oh, there, no, there it is. Yes.
These things. I want to play that game, like these things right here. Remember that?
The regenerators, yeah.
That, yeah. I want to play in VR to turn a corner and see one of these bad boys just standing there. I am going
Spoiled.
to myself. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, man, I want to see that really badly. So that was.
I think I'm gonna go re-download this game right now after we're finished with this.
Resident Evil 4? Yeah. Man.
Yeah. I kind of want
the regenerators? Yeah, these things. God, those things are so scary, dude. I don't think there's. To me, minus Resident Evil 5. I think Resident Evil 5, as glitchy of a game that was, I think Resident Evil 5 like had some of the scariest like designs for like monsters.
It don't have the feel, but it had the scare some really crazy
designs. Absolutely. Like the did you play the DLC?
Yeah.
So you remember in the one where you're playing through the mansion from 1?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The guys with the giant ass hammers.
Yes.
Oh, dude, those guys got me. Oh man,
that was such a Lost in Nightmare, I think was the name of that thing. Yeah. It was so good. Because everyone was like, man, Resident Evil has strayed so much from survival horror, and they're like, here's a $5 piece. Yep. There you have it.
Yep. Enjoy it. God, that was so much fun. And then the first chapter of Resident Evil 5 really hit that niche as well. With the guy I
remember with the big axe, the hooded guy with the big axe. Yeah. Because it was like, it wasn't scary, it was desperation of like getting overwhelmed by the huge mobs and then never knowing when you're gonna. Yeah.
And he broke down walls, dude.
Yes.
I didn't expect that when I was playing that. I was like, all right, I'm safe and I'm inside. Once he goes through, because here's my normal mindset. I'm like, okay, I have this space in a horror game. They're going to take a second to crawl through the window. When they crawl through the window, I'm going to crawl out. So they have to crawl out. And so I have an advantage to run away while they have to crawl out. So I was waiting for him to crawl through the window. He just breaks down the fucking wall and walks right over to me. And I'm like, whoa, you can't do that. I was like, that's illegal. I was like, I didn't know you could do that. I was just like,
man, it's so fun playing on New Game Plus with a fully upgraded Wesker.
Shoot him and kill him. Yeah.
Oh, gone down in 3. I've speed run that game in 3 hours.
Me too.
With just that gun with infinite ammo.
Infinite ammo, like hand cannon. Yeah.
That's what made me sadder of 6, that it didn't have that kind of power fantasy to have just like having your own weapon that you're upgrading and all that. But
yeah, that's what I liked about 7 is that power fantasy was never really there until after you beat the game. Mm-hmm. Because the entirety of the game was very like scarce. Like you feel they did a really good job of mixing true Outlast-esque horror with the Resident Evil 7 gun. Like, I'm gonna like shoot up the zombies. They did a great job with that. And then after you beat the game, you can get unlimited ammo and then just mow everybody down. That wasn't a big deal. Did you?
And that's how you do it. What were you gonna say?
I'll say, did you get the moment in 7 where he cut your leg off?
Yeah. Whenever you're playing, you're fighting against the grandpa, like in the.
I didn't get that moment. When I was
it happened weird. I was like, did I just get my freaking leg cut off?
And then he's like, come here, come get it. Yeah.
Because then you have to do that, or then you have to put the healing thing and it healed it. I was like, that's interesting. But when you get your hand cut off, I was like, whoa, are we really?
And then they like staple it.
Yeah, they staple. I was like, huh, interesting. Because I remember when I played it, I immediately went on the internet. I was like, I was like, you play without your hand off, and then they were like, just keep playing, you'll see. And that's when you reach the point where you visit the dinner, and then the dads cut someone's arm off, and it's like, man, that game was hell of a game. The DLC, do you ever play the Chris Redfield DLC?
I wanted to.
Yeah, it's free. It was free. So
I wanted to play the tapes. A lot, but
of the record ones.
It was
a little expensive.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I told you this before. I had it on Xbox One, and then before the DLC came out, I sold my Xbox One and got a PS4, and so I didn't own the game. And I think you have to beat the game to touch some of the DLC. So I didn't want to repeat the game again. I was like, all right, I guess I won't play the DLC. So
Yeah. Wah, wah.
yeah, I just watched it online. That was fine. Anyways, do you got to go soon?
Yes.
Okay.
Really soon. So I think we can start wrapping it up now.
Yeah, let's start wrapping it up. Yeah.
A really fun one. Videos changes it. I'll just say that.
This is a lot.
I hope people can see it. Yeah.
Me too. I hope it saves this way because I love to upload this. I like it a lot better with the video. Oh yeah. So all of my posters are coming off. I'm just realizing. I think it's
time to read.
Yeah, I gotta restick them. I think the humidity is screwing them up. Dang, that sucks. Anyways, want to mention next week, or not even next week, this Saturday. Not a big deal. You know, just the 900th episode of One Piece.
Interesting.
900 episodes. Man, that's insane. Anyways,
and they're all on Hulu, right? Something like that. Like
yeah, the majority of them are on Hulu. Also, did you watch Breaking Bad?
Yes.
Breaking Bad. El Camino coming next month.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that next month?
Month and a half. It's October 11th.
Okay,
October 11th. Yeah. So
it came out of nowhere. I am so hyped.
The Rise of Skywalker trailer also came out in time between the podcasts, or at least a little teaser.
Spoiler alert, I don't like the new Star Wars movies, but I know I'm excited to see it regardless. I'll go see it.
I recently rewatched The Last Jedi because I couldn't sleep, and I was like, I need to find something to put me to sleep.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I was like, okay, it's a long movie. Hopefully I fall asleep with it. And I saw it all. I was like, dang it. Why do I like this movie so much? I was like, that's always going to be a mystery because it feels like I'm in an island. Well, I know people that like it a lot also here, but the discourse around that movie has been so negative, and me having to defend that I really like it. But it was just, I can't wait for this one to come out, and maybe the discourse completely shifts.
Yeah, I don't bash you for liking the movie. I don't think it's a good movie, but if you like it, you like it.
It has problems.
That's your personal opinion.
Yeah. And to me, it's like, I know some people praise it as like the greatest thing because it's like extremes. Either like the best Star Wars movie or second best or like the absolute worst. I'm here. I'm somewhere here.
I just felt like the majority, the majority of the story was a waste of time. Everything outside of Rey was pointless.
Everything was just tied with the theme of failure. So unless you like not really catch that, that's kind of like the theme of the movie. Kind of like no matter how heroic you are or what your intentions are, it's all about failing and go from there. That's why the rest of those threads kind of make sense. If you don't catch that thing, it's freaking boring. Like you're like, what's the point?
I mean, still catching it. Like I think the entire casino point was
bad. Yeah, it's just bad. It's just straight up bad. Like it wasn't necessary.
The love interest with Finn was weird.
Rose. Yep.
It was weird. I thought that was odd. And then the last comment that we'll talk about Star Wars, I just thought that.
And now it's working.
And then the whole like Poe Dameron thing with him like trying to be a leader, then like not being a leader, then them being. I didn't get in the first place why they would have a plan and not tell them that.
It was just unnecessary.
Yeah, it was unnecessary to me. That's the main thing that I just had a problem with. I don't have a problem with having a thing of failure and everyone screwing up. It just felt weirdly placed together to me. Like it just felt off. Compared to 7, where I get a lot of people had complaints about 7, like Rey just being like, boom, I'm now all of a sudden a Jedi. I like
that. Mary Sue and all that jazz.
Yeah.
I think the thing with 7 is that it's a fun movie. I think that's the thing.
It's very fun. I think 7 was great. I thought it was
pulpy. I actually prefer 7. Like now that I've thought more about it, I prefer 7 as a movie over 8, even if I still like 8. Like it's like I would give an 8, and I would give Force Awakens like an 8.5. I would have to give it a rating.
The big thing that got me to not like 8 mainly is that I knew I didn't really enjoy it the first time I watched it, but then I went and saw it with my dad. My dad was around for episode like
4, 5, and 6, like
1. Back like back when this was called Star Wars. Yeah, so he went and saw that in theaters like 4 or 5 times when it came out. He remembers seeing it. He loved that series. He's followed it from
You
the start.
walked out of this one, right?
No, he didn't walk out. We watched all of them together growing up. He loves the Star Wars movies. He read all the books. And then we watched 8 and we left. And I was like, did you like it? He's like, I didn't really enjoy that. It was okay, I guess. And he was just very upset about the movie. And I was like, seeing that kind of hurt because he's a long lasting fan since day one. Loved the series, loved what was going on with it, couldn't wait to see more of it, loved 7, he really enjoyed 7, couldn't wait for 8. He was just heartbroken over 8.
Because it was 8 tries to be as on Star Wars and movie as it's trying to be like, let's experiment here.
Yeah.
And I looked at a random quote of Rian Johnson that he likes doing things that split people into love and hate camps. So that's why I always say that people that hate this movie, I don't argue that they're wrong, because I can see why it resonated to them that way. Like, I can get on board with things of Casino being completely, the whole Poe and the Casino storyline, like that could easily have been resolved if the purple hair lady Holdo had said something to them. That would have completely negated that thing. It felt like something he had to write because I don't know if you remember this or something real quick, that Oscar Isaac's Poe was supposed to die on episode 7 early on. And then Oscar Isaac went to J.J. Abrams later and be like, don't do that. Don't do me like that. I've been in so many movies where I die. And then they rewrote that whole part. So because it feels like Rian Johnson wanted the whole Rey storyline to be the story. I feel it would have been so much. I think it would have been more liked if it had just been that. But I think people would have still complained about the way Luke was portrayed and all that. There's no winning in that one. Like, love or hate it, it's like it always remains polarizing. It's like Iron Man 3. Everyone also hates that one. So, but I can't wait to see this one because they are saying things that they're pulling all strands together from 1 through 8 for this 9th one.
Jordan's Facebook just got hacked.
Yeah. Did you get the post of look at this? I got that too. Oh no, it's you video. And I sent him the question mark. He was like, hack. I'm like, lol.
Yeah, he sent it to my mom and dad too.
That's even weird. But hey,
that's odd. His wedding is coming soon. I'm going to that. So excited.
I wish I could go. It's like
also
fucking travel.
I'm going to end the debate right here and now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A, right?
Nope. I had Popeyes finally.
So are you team Popeyes now?
It's way better. I'm sorry.
I'm already.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little upset. I wanted Chick-fil-A to win.
Uh-huh.
Chick-fil-A looks better. It doesn't taste better.
That makes sense.
It's
Chick-fil-A has the better service.
Their original sandwich compared between each other. Chick-fil-A and Popeyes taste incredibly similar. Popeyes just comes out, in my opinion, by just a hair, but their premium sandwiches, Popeyes blows Chick-fil-A out of the water. No contest. Like, Chick-fil-A is like maybe a 5, where Popeyes is a 10 out of 10. It's
that much.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. It's like how I told you Freddy's was great. Yeah,
after that whole Freddy's debacle we had, I trust your food opinions more than I do now. Yeah,
and you can tell I didn't want Popeyes to win. I like Popeyes. Don't get me wrong. I love Popeyes, but when it comes to Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A, I would love Chick-fil-A to be better. It's not. So their service is great. Chick-fil-A's great. I still love Chick-fil-A. I still like their food. I'll still support them. But the stupid thing about why the sandwich race has become political is the dumbest thing in the world. Anyways, yada yada yada. Yeah, Popeyes. Kudos to you. I think your chicken sandwich is better. And honestly, I like their fries and biscuit more than I like.
That's like
fries. So
that would agree with you. Remember when we went to the Popeyes? I was like,
we went to Popeyes. Yeah, their fries and biscuit are so much better than Chick-fil-A's fries. So I'm like, well, you know what? Popeyes, you win. I was like,
hopefully, whenever we have Zach again, we can do another tier list.
Yeah, I will.
To the chicken.
I can eat, if we do video, I can even have a Chick-fil-A sandwich and Popeye sandwich, and I can eat it for it. That'd be
That'll
good.
make it more dynamic for us.
I love it. Anyways, sorry guys, episode 11 may not have been as poppin' as episode 10. We had a lot of stuff to talk about. Maya, I'll keep you guys updated what's going on with her next week. I need to go make sure that she eats tonight. I'm afraid of her not eating. Anyways, catch you guys next week. This has been PJ. I'm signing off.
I'm Alejandro signing off too.
See you guys.
My little hedgehog.
See you guys. See you, Alejandro. Catch you later, man.
Catch you later.